Good evening, everyone, and welcome to DZG Streams as we are week 5 of our Aegis Marauders League, where we have DZG Styx versus Northeastern Club Esports. My name is Symphonic, and tonight I am joined by Silent Elements. Silent, how are you doing tonight?
I am doing well. It looks like we're in for an interesting game tonight.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we have the 3-1 DZG Styx taking on the Northeastern Club Esports 0-3 in what seems to be a pretty almost one-sided match, despite the fact that we have DZG has lost a game. But as we take a look at some of these, more than anything, rankings than anything, even though solo queue ranking doesn't mean everything, it is a pretty one-sided matchup here, at least seemingly. But picks and bans are on the way, and we do see some of the more contested picks going away. Things like the Karma, things like the Lee Sin, the Twisted Fate, and DZG Sticks will lock in the Maokai Flex for pick number 1 here into Northeastern, and we'll see what they can respond with. A lot of really strong options still left. Things like Senna still available, Callista, Varus. We still have things like the Jinx, which is, I guess, could be Comfort. Ezreal, that's definitely a thing. Smolder still available. A lot of strong ADC picks are available. And definitely a lot more stronger picks available in the other lanes as well.
Yeah, the Ezreal is definitely the safer pick. If they had first pick Jinx, I would have been quite concerned just because it is so easily picked by the other team just because of her positioning, whereas Ezreal is a lot safer, especially with the Maokai being first shown.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mean, Ezreal definitely gives you that safeness. It gives you a lot of really strong DPS as well. Northeastern not really too worried about where this Maokai is going. They're going to go ahead and just grab the Braum already. Going to create more safety for the Ezreal. Going to be able to use that shield to be able to block the Maokai ulti. And Senna is going to be hovered by Styx. It is a very strong pick right now. It does fairly well with the changes to the lethality builds or the lethality just scaling in general. It does well as a fasting lane as well as a farming lane. It can pair up with this Maokai just as well, but it still provides that flexibility. And realistically, the Ezreal doesn't really threaten the Senna scaling at all, especially into something like a Braum. There's really no threat here that the Senna is not going to get to free scale, and the Viego will also be locked in. Another really strong mid, kind of early to mid game carry here that can kind of secure the scaling time that the Senna needs in this bot lane.
Yeah, it kind of shows DZG Sticks is kind of showing their cards because that Maokai Flex could have been kept alive a little bit longer, but they obviously see an opportunity with the Senna into the Ezreal, and then the Maokai was safely being in bot lane with the Braum being shown as well.
Yeah, and Master Yi was locked in here. So Northeastern says, you know what? We don't care about meta. We don't care what you want to pick. We don't care what's open. You can have Smolder. You can have whatever you want. We're taking the Master Yi. We're gonna run at you in a comp that you don't really want to run into. But you know what? What do I know? Northeastern says this is our pick. This is what we want to do, and they're gonna start ideally, I guess, banning away some mid to top laners, with the Yone actually being the ban here.
Yeah, I mean, Tanzo has played Yone previously, so maybe they're trying to get rid of another flex. But ideally, I think they should be focusing more on trying to get things that would CC the Master Yi. I don't think Yone would have been it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, it could definitely be just like maybe a preference for the solo laner saying, you know what, I can probably not handle this Yone up in the top lane or in the mid lane. Maybe it's not something that they want to deal with. Lulu ban, Zac ban, so definitely getting rid of some more of these hard engage kind of things. Or maybe just looking to say, who knows, maybe this Master Yi could be just a split push threat. You get the Master Yi ahead, you play some really strong disengage with the Ezreal Braum, and maybe you just let this Master Yi kind of go to town on the rest of the map, or maybe they just draw setup, and maybe they just don't want the Zac to be able to jump onto this backline and ignore the Braum, ignore whatever else they want to draft. Where Styx is getting rid of this Lulu, which, I mean, the Braum was already picked. Maybe they're expecting this Lulu to go mid. Maybe they're expecting like a funnel comp, which I don't know. Maybe funnel comps are back in, but I truly don't think so. But again, it's these two things where maybe these two picks, maybe they're notorious for playing this top lane Lulu Taric that is just meant to help this Master Yi kind of just perma farm, take lanes, because it is a strat that we have seen in the past where the top just kind of sacks everything and just lets this Master Yi kind of become the win con.
Yeah, and we did notice pre-game that, the top lane was not originally a top lane main, so maybe taking some of these safer options in top lane is the best choice for them. And I think ideally this Udyr is a top lane.
Yeah, Udyr definitely one of the stronger top lane picks. Very much just a let me farm until I am doing a lot of damage. Let me proxy you, and you won't be able to really stop me because I can just run away with Ghost and Bear stance, and just kind of perma farm with that Phoenix stance. And Volibear going to be hovered here, likely going into the top lane. Could still go jungle. I don't think necessarily that's what you pick, but it is a solid pickup into the Udyr. It can outdamage Udyr. It doesn't necessarily struggle too hard with dealing with the ticks of the Phoenix stance, just because you can always just heal so much, especially with the AP hybrid build. Your bites just tend to just heal you up for a million. And yeah, it looks like it is gonna be, yeah, that Volibear top and that Victor mid, a very solid mid blind mage, control mage that you're really not too worried about anything that they pick. You got, who is it? It's Mr. Bonk Ripper. They did hover the Akali for Northeastern previously. Maybe that's something that they pick up. Corki is still available. A lot of Corki games have been being played. It could just be a scaling matchup mid. Really, the identity of this Northeastern comp is not necessarily something I'm really seeing, aside from maybe the split push with the Udyr, and maybe you go Corki Ezreal. You have a lot of disengage, and you just poke until Master Yi feels comfortable diving into the backline. So maybe we do see a Corki, or maybe we do see the Akali that was hovered. But yeah, a couple seconds ticking down here, and okay, Swain still not necessarily bad. It's a very come at me kind of thing, but will have a hard time dealing with the Victor later on as the Victor kind of scales up and just starts poking from afar and kind of ignoring the Swain ult range.
Yeah, I would say that DZG Styx has a lot more synergy in their team comp, a lot more um a team comp that actually can work well together, whereas Northeastern Club Esports, it looks very disorganized and disoriented. Some of them looks like they want to split push, but doesn't really look like a team that you want to gather as five, just because if he gathers as five, if he shows early, the other team will CC him with either Senna, Maokai, Volibear, Victor's bubble, even Viego's stun. So like I'm kind of interested in seeing how Northeastern plans on playing out this. I see it more as a split push, whereas DZG Sticks can opt to split as well as group. So I really don't see Northeastern's club esports having a team comp that really synergizes well with each other.
Yeah. And I mean, realistically, we've seen in many other elos where that's like a team comp, while it is in general, will have a cohesive team comp, will have generally more of an advantage. It will kind of work and synergize a lot better. We have seen, more solo queue esque picks and more of like a comfort kind of style also come away big in a lot of different leagues, but particularly more in the lower elos, where this being, a I think max 600 LP master grandmaster league, if not maxed out uncapped afterwards. I mean, it's a little harder to say that something like this will work. Again, it could very much work in their favor. DZG could overextend into things like the Udyr and the Swain circles. Braum has a lot of peel. Ezreal has a lot of repositioning tools and good poke and good solid scaling. And the Yi could be that hidden it factor that Northeastern really needs to be able to carry them through the game and be able to just kind of pick off these Senna and Victor squishies. But yeah, on paper, DZG6 definitely has the more cohesive comp. Like you mentioned, a lot of CC is available to them. Victor Gravity Well, Viego's root, Center root, Maokai root, Volibear. They just have all this way of saying, if you miss position, we're going to lock you down. We're going to burst you down. And we have this Victor and the Senna, who are just essentially infinitely scaling, or at least Senna infinitely scaling, Victor wanting to hit those power spikes with those Hextech core fragments. So definitely going to be a uphill battle here for Northeastern, unless they can just explode through the game right at the get go and really just run away with it before DGG has a chance to scale up.
So it looks like, without bias, both of us believe that DZG Sticks does have the better team comp. Would you say that if you were on both sides, which team would you vote for winning this?
Yeah, I have to give it to DZG6. It's a little bit more cohesive. It's a little easier to execute without even looking at the win record. I mean, it just seems to be the most straightforward kind of thing. How about you, Silent?
I agree as well. I really do like DZG Six's draft. I do hope that Northeastern can pull a win, because they definitely still have a chance to make it if they can win out the rest of the season.
Absolutely. And with that said, we are going to be going to a short break as we load on to the Rift, and that after that 3-minute delay. But don't go anywhere. We'll be back with Game 1 of DZG Styx versus Northeastern Club Esports in Week 5 of the Aegis Marauder League. Welcome back, everyone, to our matchup of tonight of DZG Styx versus Northeastern Club Esports. We have a interesting spread here for level 1. We have Northeastern looking to maybe intercept some sort of invade here, where DZG starting with a standard 5-point start, looking to see if they can find anything, maybe invade for some late vision. But yeah, I guess Northeastern was really banking on DZG invading with a mostly scaling comp, but yeah, I mean, it's still going to be very interesting to see kind of where else they kind of go with this. As I'm more of expecting this mastery to take more of an aggressive approach. You know, the hard farming approach, maybe not necessarily what you want, as you're going to likely get outscaled by most of DZG. But who knows? I'm kind of wondering. I'm excited, I guess, is a better way of putting it. I'm excited to see what Northeastern has cooked up here with the Yi, mostly the Yi, really. I just really want to see what this guy does, because I mean, he is the highest ranked player on their team, currently sitting at Masters. So maybe it's a put your eggs in one basket kind of thing, or maybe this guy is just this cracked at Master Yi.
I mean, we've seen some cracked Master Yis, especially in low elo. He can solo Baron. He can definitely take a team fight as long as no CC's layered on top of him. So, I mean, there is an opportunity. I still feel like he ideally early game would want to full clear, but he definitely would want to gank bot lane if any sums are gone.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. You're absolutely right. I mean, bot lane definitely has the most reliable CC out of all the lanes. You know, the Braum being able to land the concussive blows, and then being able to just layer up that passive stun and be able to kind of go from there. The interesting in lanes aren't necessarily being played the way I thought. You know, the Udyr is just kind of standardly kind of trying to push this in as quickly as he can. Obviously, it's level 2 where he can kind of get a little bit more of a trade going. But honestly, not my Roderick, doing pretty well, aside from, okay, being able to dodge out that lightning strike here, being able to continue to trade. But Tanzo might be looking a little worse for wear here. He does get access to bite level 2. Turtle stance will be popped here. Shield back there. Ghost going to be popped by Tanzo. He's looking to chase down. Going to be able to get that first blood quite easily there, as Not My Roderick looked a little uncertain of where to go after the level 2 spikes.
Yeah, honestly, it looked like he had hoped that he could kind of charge that level 1 and continuously, but was not paying attention to that level 2 spike that obviously Volibear would have with the bite. Looks like Tanzo might have...
Tanzo just gonna use that Thundering Smash. Gonna give him a little bit of a love tap and be like, no, you stop it. You know, you let me back here. You're not gonna be able to do anything. But yeah, you were saying.
I mean, that's top lane completely gone with no sums, so I feel like Tanzo wins out. He can definitely walk back because right now the wave is under Udyr's turret, so there's nothing he can really do. It does leave an opportunity to gank if they choose to, or, you know, Viego and Volibear can end up in the same lane in top lane.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. And I mean, interesting enough, Volibear coming back with the tier. So, Fimbulwinter? Maybe Seraph's Embrace? I don't know. But anyways, good trade here coming in from Frankatank. Getting a good amount of poke here. Senna going to be able to trade back just a little bit onto Scuba Larry. But an aggressive stance here by the bot lane of Northeastern Club, where they're able to kind of play a little bit more aggro with that Braum concussive blows. Sky Splitter going to land. The stun going to land as well. No Ghost available here for Not My Roderick. Does have the double E available. Ooh, Cuz actually going to use that Viego route a little too early and is not going to be able to get past the passive. But Not My Roderick saying, you know what, you got me. I can't do that twice, at least not within the next minute and a half. So he is going to take a little bit more and be forced to back here with no TP available. Rapid fire, though, eating a lot of damage here. The strike going to miss there, but now it's going to be a flash ignite dropped here. Master Yi might be baiting this. Concussive blow is going to proc already. Scuba Larry maybe going in a little bit too early. One more hit might be enough, but no, he's going to be able to back away. Back in the mid lane, though. Ghost will be popped. CC going to land. That's a good CC chain there by DZG, and that's going to be the kill donated over to Cuz. 2-0 so far for DZG. The fight continues in the bot lane, though. It does look like they're going to back away. Frankatank and Scuba Larry not too good here. They're a little worse for wear, looking to maybe take a reset. But here comes Cuz looking to pick another up. This is a 1v3 situation, though. Cuz could eat a little bit of CC here. That is going to be the concussive blow. Going to land, and that is going to be a kill. Frankatank going to pick one up. DZG getting a little greedy. The fight does not stop as we're still fighting top and bot here. Rapid fire going to land a bit of that damage here. Tanzo just trading back and forth, giving him a quick thumbs up, saying, hey, man, it's all good. We're just two tanks just fighting up in the top lane. It looks like bot lane is also disengaged, but top gonna be able to go onto here. Thundering Blow gonna land, Sky Splitter as well. The bite gonna be on a quick cooldown. Not My Roderick using that Phoenix stance, going to Turtle, trying to live here. Sky Splitter gonna land and slow though. One more auto might be enough. The passive speed buff from the from the queue, not enough to catch up, and the fighting for the last minute finally stops here, unless the bot lane of Northeastern really wants to get involved here again. But no, it looks like we're just going to be content with leaving it at that, with Viego picking up the first set of Void Grubs.
Yeah, honestly, DZG Styx kind of had one out on all lanes until Cuz kind of walked into that tri-bush. I think it just warranted, they already handshake the lane. They won a 2v3 bot lane. I think it would have been fine just leaving it alone and just letting Senna scale in peace. But they did donate a kill to bot lane, so Ezreal does have a kill now. Looks like we're
dive attempt. That's going to be the ultimate coming up from Volibear, and that is going to deactivate the turret. Cuz going to pick up a second kill. The ulti is going to be there. Master Yi, though, I was an alpha. You cannot touch me. Master Yi could maybe look to go back in here. It is a level 4, it is level 6, though. Master Yi going to be meditating here, going to take a little bit of damage. We're committing here. That is going to be the Thundering Smash and the Frenzied Maul here. Flash, Alpha Strike, not enough. Tanzo going to be able to pick that up with a quick nom nom. As the fight continues in the mid lane, the ultimate's going to be dropped here. That's going to be Victor and Singe ulti available here. Ooh, the big pop here. One more auto might be enough here. Empowered Q here from the Victor, and that is going to be a kill picked up. Raging Alcoholic going 101. Roderick, though, not giving up here. That Phoenix Dance is going to stop the recall here from Tanzo. He's pretty much out of mana here. Might have enough for one Thundering Smash. The bite actually going to be what he uses to try to heal up through this. But not my Roderick saying, it doesn't matter that you're 2 levels up on me. I'm going to run you down and pick up a shutdown.
Yeah, this is the second time that Tanzo has had a greedy back, and this time he actually pays the consequences. The first time he was fine, but the second time he was not that lucky. It's unfortunate because now Udyr gets that shutdown gold.
Yeah, Udyr picking up that shutdown goal is definitely going to be making up a little bit of that CS loss that he has pretty much been happening since the start of the game, whether it be through poor trading at level 1 and 2, or the dive that just happened as well. Though Mount My Roderick gonna go ahead and start trying this proxy farming that I did talk about at the start of the game. I mean, it's a great time for it. I mean, there's no other way that you're going to be able to constantly trade into the Volibear, so you might as well just use that Phoenix Stance to try to keep up on CS. I mean, there's just no way you're going to be able to take that 2v2 unless you go get a little bit more pressure in the jungle, drop a deep ward, going to be able to spot that Viego on that ward as well, and maybe look to trade off on this Crab. But Viego is going to be significantly stronger than this Udyr, so I mean, going for this Scuttle Crab not going to work, and now he's giving up that pressure that he created. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, that is going to be the Gravity Well dropped and stopped here. Victor, with the kill and the assist, has already picked up his first upgrade onto his Hex Core. That is going to be the Death Laser upgrade. Fight going to potentially break out. Ghost going to be popped preemptively here by Bonk Ripper in the mid lane. It is really going to be nothing for him. It's going to actually make it significantly harder for him to deal with this continued pressure as Cuz is coming back towards the mid lane, chasing down. Master Yi being pinged down here. Bot lane going to rotate as well as we're looking at this battle of the tanks in the top lane as Not My Roderick trying to figure out what to do next here. Sky Splitter going to land. Thundering Smash is also going to land here. Bite as well. It's just being run down. But meanwhile, the bot lane blue jungle, it's going to be the ultimate coming through. That's going to be the Twisted Advance going to land. That's going to be the strike back, and that is going to be a kill picked up by Raging Alcoholic. That's going to be Master Yi coming in. What's causes Master Yi cosplaying, if you will, as Master Yi. He's going to be able to pick up the kill there, and that's 2 more kills picked up by DZG Styx, extending their lead now to 3K. Fight continues, though. That's going to be the Flash Twisted Advance again. Senna, Dawning Shadow, going to land. The chase down continuing. Raging Alcoholic going to go on a killing spree, picking up a double kill. That's 4-0-2. This Victor is quite literally unstoppable.
Yeah, I mean, we're definitely seeing the difference between a jungler that offers some CC versus Yi, where it's entirely skill and you just have to press Q at the perfect moment, and if you don't, they kind of just run you down.
Yeah, and I mean, this is the hardest part about playing you, especially, what you mentioned. DZG comp has CC everywhere. Speaking of CC everywhere, it's going to be Master Yi going in again. That is going to actually be a kill picked up. That's a nice shutdown picked up by Master Yi, trying to make up for the last play here, trying to pick up some gold, trying to get to that Blade of the Ruin King. And it is likely going to be the first dragon being taken over here by Northeastern. A little bit of a overstay by the side of DZG when you could have just taken the quick recall, come back stronger, especially with some of these completed items like the Kraken Slayer on the Viego. Instead, we give out the shutdown and we lose the first dragon. So, Northeastern definitely still showing signs of life here.
I mean, that's the second misplay by the jungler. I mean, maybe back in last season, the dragon could be taken solo, but this time you definitely need a laner to come help you, especially a damage laner.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. It's definitely not... You're definitely not at the point where you can solo this dragon, or at least not without the proper pressure. And again, after taking that big fight, expending so many ultimates, taking so much damage in turn for it. It's definitely not something you want to do. However, because of that dragon being taken and the resets off the map, Viego was able to get back up to the top side and pick up that second set of Void Grubs. Just one more being picked up here, or one more available for a complete 6 set here, and that is going to be 6 Grubs for DZG. The root not going to land here by Swain. Raging Alcoholic definitely flexing his muscles here. Going to be able to land the poke. Going to be able to drop the Chaos Storm here. Ultimate by Swain is dropped, but it doesn't matter. Victor, despite only having the Archangel Staff completed, I mean, it's still enough. That's going to be another kill for Victor. And it's just going to continue here. Root going to land. Essence, not Essence Flush. The Arcane Shift going to be used. Teleport coming in, though. That is Udyr coming in from behind. Despite the fight in the top lane, though, Master Yi might likely go down. He is going to go down in the top lane. The ultimate is going to be dropped by Maokai, but doesn't matter. Frankenstein going to pick up a kill here. The CC immunity coming through. 1Es might be enough here. Concussive blows. One more passive stack. The kill will be picked up, and Ezreal will be donated 2 kills. 3, 1, and 0 picked up by the Ezreal, despite the kill up in the top lane. Again, Northeastern not giving up without a fight here.
Yeah, slightly before the TP from top lane, though, it looked like DZG Styx's bot lane were a little bit disconnected. Santa was playing super aggro, and then Maokai had backed off into the wave and was actually trying to shove the wave back into it. And then, unfortunately, that little dyssynergy also ended up with the TP with their bot lane overextended. So that Northeastern was able to capitalize on that.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mean, Northeastern is really taking what they can get. I mean, despite the fact that, a couple of these lost fights in the jungle, despite their mid laner being 0-4, they're definitely doing what they can. Tanzo, though, will pick up this first turret. Will take a lot of damage in turn, though, as there weren't any minions around, and his ultimate was available. Splitting Sky, or Sky Splitter is going to land here. That's going to be the Udyr trying his best here. Going to be forced to pop Ghost if he can get it to come up, but that is going to be the bite coming out. Tanzo going to be able to try to land the ultimate. There it is. He's going to be chasing him down. Thundering Strike will be coming back soon, but it does look like Roderick is just going to be able to bear stance away. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Rage Alcoholic might be a little overextended, does have Flash available, will be able to get the bit of a speed up. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, just constant fighting. Dawning Shadow going to land on 2. Arcane Shift going to be used. Ignite going to be dropped. Icarus going dangerously low. Chaos Storm being used as well. Swain ulti not enough to keep him alive here, as he is not even at first item, and that's another kill picked up by Raging Alcoholic. The fight continues in the bot lane. Frankentank does not have Flash available here. One more auto may be enough to bring him down to lethal range. Scuba Larry chasing down. Great flash here by Frankentank. Not playing scared here. Gonna be rooted up, and that is gonna be a double kill and a shutdown, though, picked up here by Cuz. Gonna be able to take that possession over. One more auto, and Q will be enough as a double kill coming over for Cuz as well. DZG Styx still trading on the board. Still up 6k, but Northeastern is doing their best to try to keep up, but it is really an uphill battle here.
Yeah, and the fights are still benefiting DZG Styx, even though both bot lane died. Senna is a scaling bot lane, so in theory, even if she's dying this much, she's still getting trades as long as she gets those stocks.
Yeah, I mean, the entire fight, I mean, you're absolutely right. She is picking up stacks. Tanzo, or Cuz is here. Frankentank giving the thumbs up, saying, yeah, no, I don't think I got anything. And that is going to be the pick up, the Heartbreaker. Gonna be enough here to just be able to pick up the kill, and makes Cuz go on a killing spree here. I'm going to be able to pick up that blue buff as well. The bot lane siege going to happen as well. Swain was able to pick up a few fragments or soul stacks, or whatever you'd like to call it, but it really doesn't matter. Scuba Larry, be careful, my friend. You are potentially in the dive zone, though. Swain is here. They can look for the 3v3. Meanwhile, on the top lane, not my Roderick, trying to get away. Sky Splitter going to land here. It's going to be enough. He has enough damage there to just pick it up with a quick snipe, and that is going to be Tanzo picking up his 3rd kill of the game, making this increasingly more difficult for not my Roderick in the top lane. Root going to land here. Braum going to try to block it off. Actually, no, Root does not land. It is just going to be Ezreal, though, playing aggressively here, trying to play this out, trying to use that Arcane Shift aggressively. Maokai ultimate going to be dropped here. He is going to be rooted, does not have Flash available. Meanwhile, Raging Alcoholic on the wrong side of dodge here. He is going to get potentially taken down. Meditate going to be coming through. Chaos Storm actually ticking a little faster, though. Bonk Ripper going to be able to land the Never Move, but it's not enough. Raging Alcoholic in the 1v2 is able to pick up both. Fails is trying to bail out whatever's left of this fight to just make sure that his Raging Alcoholic mid laner can get out, and that is going to be 8-0 Victor in 14 minutes. This is going from bad to worse for Northeastern, as they are going to lose the Herald, the bot lane turret, and the mid lane tier 1 turret, all in one go.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a vision of the difference in team comps. I mean, Victor is unbelievably ahead right now, and Swain does not offer anything for his team. Even if he throws an ult, he's not really a threat.
Yeah, I mean it's that it's a drain tank, right? Like Swain is considered to be a drain tank, but you're not. Oh, okay. That's a glacial fissure being used here by Braum, saying we got to clear this wave pronto. Yeah. Uh, I think that might have been a 15-minute forfeit. Okay, it was a 15-minute forfeit. It happens. Sometimes you just want to save mental, and that's the best you can do. Sometimes you say, you know what, this is not going our way. Bot lane was really the saving grace of Northeastern, and even that's not going to contest against the rest of DZG's comp. So you know what, let's save our mental, grab some water, take a quick breather, and come back stronger. But I mean, essentially, it was a 9K gold lead at 15 minutes. So definitely a very difficult battle, but it is DZG Styx taking game one of this best of three series. I don't think there's much to be said about the game, unless you have something for me, Silent.
Nope. Kind of just went the way that we expected. But I mean, Northeastern did try their best to put up a fight, and honestly, if it's the same mental, I respect that for a 15-minute because it was not going to go well for the rest of the game.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely, without a doubt. But with that said, we'll take a quick break, come back for game number two in just a bit. So we'll see you in just a sec. Welcome back, everyone, to Game 2 of Northeastern Club Esports versus DZG Styx. We're already underway in the draft. Not a lot of things are changing, at least to the side of NEU. However, DZG said, you know what, we don't like that Master Yi. We don't like whatever kind of thing you were trying to do. We can't really ban out all these supports, so we're not going to let you do it. We're going to get rid of the Master Yi. Going to get rid of Karma as well. Still a strong pick, respectable. And NEU is going to stick to the same three bans of the Twisted Fate, Lee Sin, and the Gragas. Maokai also going to be taken away. Things like Senna are available, Smolder's available, Ezreal's still up and moving. Definitely a lot of strong B1s still here. And NEU did want blue side this game, so they got to have something up their sleeve.
Yeah, I mean, switching up the ban of the Jax and the Twitch is interesting, just because now I definitely respect the Maokai ban, just because it's really a free pick. You can flex it anywhere. But I'm kind of curious, how will
Oh,
Northeastern adapt? Oh, looks like we're seeing Jax.
I guess they want the Jacks. They're like, you know what, you're going to give it to us. We're going to take it. I feel like I should know whether this is going top or jungle. I'm going to assume it's going top. It must be, maybe the top laner's like really strong comfort pick here. Like that might be their thing, which is, which is commendable. I mean, again, it's sometimes it is comfort over, convenience or comfort over what you would think would be the right pick or what you should pick. And it is Scuba Larry's, most played this season. So I guess he really enjoys playing it. DZG though, we'll pick up Kaisa, a champion that's slowly kind of creeping its way back up into strong AD picks, especially with the new AP build that is kind of going around, which does what the old AP build did, but with a couple minor tweaks, though still just perfectly fine going Eclipse into the hybrid build or into the on hit build. So it is still um, something to keep in mind. Strong picks still available: Nautilus, Rel, Leona, Alistar. You could still go that, but J4 gonna be the pickup here, saying we're gonna lock down whatever you pick here. Ezreal might be the response. No, it's the Twitch. They're almost calling him out, saying, "Pick the Twitch. We dare you. We're gonna lock you in this cataclysm." And in NEU does not care.
I mean, it's really interesting because now they're definitely showing two picks. I mean, they're showing the top lane for sure, and then they called them out on it, and then they said, you know what, we're gonna go drive, and we're definitely gonna save our solo lane, because I think if they knew that it was top, they would have tried to counter it already. Then here comes the top lane, Camille. But definitely they called them out with the Jackson Twitch and said, you know what, we want to see your best.
Yeah. And I mean, they said, hey, man, we might as well give you everything you want. Zach is picked up here, likely going to be going into the top lane. Could go support. It could still go support. But top lane, definitely a better matchup than the Camille Hover would have been. Poppy is the pickup, is the ban here to try to get rid of things like it stops anything that the Jar and Zach and even the Kaisa ultimate wants to do. So they're definitely not going to get stopped going in. They're saying we are committing to this dive, and there's really not much you can do to stop us. Mid and support still available potentially for both sides. The Yone going to be taken away again from DZG, so they don't want to have to deal with more dive or more aggressive picks here, or even the split push threat. Where DZG might look to get rid of anything else that could potentially dissuade dive. Maybe the Braum might be get rid of, so that way they don't have that option. Renata could be a good option, especially with all the dive. If NEU plays Renata Twitch, not a bad call here. Or they simply just might get rid of some other kind of comfort. Maybe the Swain again, or maybe they get rid of the Swain. Maybe they get rid of just something that just is comfort. And it's Silas, which is, I mean, a couple of good ultis. Nautilus will get rid of by NEU, so that way they don't have a way of locking down the Twitch. DZG could save this flex and maybe grab mid lane here blind. Nothing too crazy, and just kind of save the Zac support flex for something. Katarina potentially hovered here by DZG. Not too familiar if DZG mid laner plays Katarina. It doesn't look terrible. It just little greedy, a little ego. But Smolder will get locked in, so that could be Smolder top.
Yeah, I mean, DG's picks are really hard to decipher at the moment, just because they can flex them almost in several spots. Whereas for Northeastern, it's pretty. I feel like they're just being outdrafted currently. You kind of know where things are going. They're kind of showing their cards. I mean, I respect that the Jax, is something that he feels comfort on, but picking it first just shows everything for against as a counter.
Yeah. I mean, any of you might just feel like they have to pick what they're good at, right? And it just might be the only way we win is if we play what's available, despite counters, despite whatever we end up giving up. We need to play what is our best, and I mean, this is their best, which is the blind Jax top, the blind Twitch ADC. Alistar will be there to kind of peel off and be able to actually stop the Zac jump with a well-timed pulverize. Um, it can push the Jarvan away with a good time headbutt as well. It just provides a little bit of extra peel with the Xin Zhao. And Nunu will get locked in here for what I can only assume is mid lane. Um, I don't see any Nunu on anybody's game history, so I can only assume this is AP Nunu mid, which is interesting. Unless it's lethality Xin Zhao mid, which or AP Xin Zhao mid, but I really don't know what to say about that.
Yeah, I'm kind of looking through to see if I can find anything on the OPGG just because I mean, this kind of stumbles things. But it's also saying, are they comfortable enough to do this? Because I mean, throwing all your cards and just saying, we might as well try to our best to confuse the other team and give us the best matchups. The question is, are they comfortable enough to play it at this level though?
Right, exactly. I mean, it's an interesting decisions. I guess is the best thing you could say. It's DZG once again has a comp that's quite cohesive. It's go in and let me show you how it's done. Let me give us some execute ranges. The Pike is going to be able to follow up on all of the Smolder Zac damage and the Kai'Sa damage. J4 there to lock up the Twitch, lock up pretty much anything that can't really get out of that. Even the Nunu is going to get locked up. The Alistar could get locked up. But really, it's just this hard engage comp by DZG. They stuck to a theme, and it is we are engaging, we are dropping all our damage, and Pike is there to potentially just pick up the executes. Where NEU is saying our Jack's top, it doesn't matter what you pick into us, it's his best pick. Twitch is the same thing. Maybe they go for a very cheeky roaming style and kind of allow for more of a snowbally kind of game. And then they got the odd factor of the Nunu again, which could go mid, could go jungle, it could be, who knows? Maybe it's AP Alistair top with Nunu support. I don't know. It's just making the best out of a potential difficult situation for NEU.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see. We did see the Jax on top lane. We're seeing the Zac J4. I'm I'm really looking forward to seeing the next two picks to see. Oh, it sends out jungle, and I guess it's Nunu
I
mid.
guess it's Nunu mid, and I mean this should be Smolder mid for DZG unless they're going to play AP Kai'Sa mid, which I guess could be an option. But I would assume that's just going to be a free scaling lane for Smolder here. I mean, hey, AP Nunu is still a ticking time bomb, right? Like he picks up some items, maybe he gets ahead, maybe they do a cheesy kind of strat where the Xin Zhao and Nunu just kind of gank lanes together, and they're able to kind of snowball that from there. And again, AP Nunu is still this like potential nuke on the side of NEU, but it's interesting, and I mean they showed us interesting in game one. Hopefully, it's not another blowout, so we can get an interesting game number two. But I mean, I guess I have to ask, like, which team do you favor here, Silent? Which do you think has the advantage?
So unless Nunu actually managed to snowball, my side is still DGG just because they have the better scaling team. Zac, if he gets tanky later on, his blobs will heal him almost partial of his health to the point that no one's really going to be able to kill him. And then you have Smoller who forever permanently scales now. Kai'Sa's also a mid to late game champ, so like I feel like it's a little bit more even throughout DZG Styx's team. Whereas for Northeastern, it's kind of this, if we don't win early, you're gonna get clapped.
Yeah, that's a very good way of putting it. It is very much once again a win early, snowball, hope for the best, or doomed to fail kind of game for NEU. So, with that said, we'll take a quick break as we go into spectator delay. Um, but don't go anywhere. We'll be back for game number two of DZG Styx versus Northeastern Club Esports in week 5 of the AML. Welcome back, everyone, to Game 2 of DZG Styx versus NEU. DZG Styx is on the red side this game, NEU opting to take the blue side. Some interesting picks came about in the draft, but it is going to be a stack from both sides, as both sides expect some kind of cheeky shenanigans with either the Pike invade by DZG or the snowball roll by NEU. But both teams will leave empty-handed, as neither one decided to really do anything productive in the early game, or in the early invade, and are just gonna walk their way back into a more favorable position.
I've never played Nunu mid, but do you start Q or E?
You know, that's a great question.
Or do you
That's
start
about
the
it.
snowball? I'm honestly confused. I don't just because I mean Smolder just has a better trade, so I don't know what you would want to do in this
I
lane.
guess you just go Q for the sustain, right? I mean, it guarantees cannon at level. I mean, it guarantees cannon for level 3, but I mean or level 2, but you can get that third wave anyways. You'll be level 2 before then.
Looks like from his standpoint, he's definitely gonna roll into the lane though.
Okay, maybe he's looking for that crazy trade right here. Here we go. It's a big E. Come on. Is he gonna land it?
Oh,
No.
he got the full back.
He got the full backline though. This is okay. This is an interesting strat. You know, he gets all he gets 5 minions, maybe 4. He actually gets 4. He gets 4 minions. But actually, he's looking for a quick roam. So this is an interesting strat. We did say that it had to be interesting. Granted, not my Roderick is kind of pushing the lane in, so this may not help the Nunu. But pre-level 2, Zac doesn't have jump here. Flash will likely have to be blown here. Knock-up will land. Consume not available just yet. There it is, level 2. Not going to be dropped as well. Tanzo going to be taken pretty low. It's an interesting gank. I like it, though. I like shenanigans. NEU definitely showing that their mental is strong in this game number 2.
Yeah, but they're still like, even if this was communicated and we had even called, hey, Konzo's positioning is definitely something to capitalize on. I don't see a world where you want that Jax to push, because honestly, if that lane was a little bit further, the Zac was a little bit further out, it honestly would have been an easy kill even with Zac's passive.
Agreed. I think it's a little bit of miscommunication. Maybe it's something that they, it's different. It's not something you expect. Smolder does hit level 3, though. Meanwhile, on the bot lane, that is going to be a nice headbutt pulverize, though. Knocking back fails. Scuba Larry, though, going to be taking the worst of that trade there. As the top lane we go back, Tanzo trading pretty aggressively into Not My Roderick, though. The fight going to break out everywhere. It's just a repeat. Going to be a knock up here onto Idris. Idris will go down. First blood will be picked up by Cuz on DJ4. As I mean, this early fighting continues to favor DZG Styx. Fail is going to be able to go invis, heal up a little bit through that poison, maybe look for a quick dive. The hook gonna go on cooldown real quick, as Cuz is still hanging around in this bot side. Did not get spotted by the incoming wave. Zenzao, though, is on his way. Knockup gonna land here by the snowball. Raging Alcoholic, it might be in a bit of trouble. Is gonna be able to use that fly away to be able to kind of get away from the Nunu. Headbutt Pulverize is going to land. Scuba Larry trying to get that stun. Flash going to be blown. Ignite and 2 flashes going to be dropped. Frank the Tank actually taking a little bit more damage than you would think he would. He is going to be in a position here where one good hook or one go undertow is going to be enough to just go ahead and get him taken down. Hook going to land. Stun going to land as well. Cuz is going to be able to pick that up. That is going to be a quick 2-0 for DZG. The passive blown top lane. One more auto will be enough. Not My Roderick going to take down Tanzo. Tanzo maybe went a little bit too aggressive here, trying to trade way too aggro into the Jax, and it's only going to make his life harder.
Yeah, I mean, although DZG Styx has a scaling team, this is not exactly a team that you want to give kills early ahead to, because they can snowball quite literally.
Yeah, no lie. Wind becomes lightning is going to land here. Cuz one more auto is going to knock him up. It is kind of getting low here. Bonk Ripper does not have any real mana to help here. That is going to be a quick trade, though. Raging Alcoholic will go down. Idris will take him down as well. Quick 1-for-1 here. What looked to be dangerously bad for Bonk Ripper, though. Pike is around. Fails, maybe looking for something. But no, it's going to be a quick reset from both. TP coming in from Raging Alcoholic. And it looks like Cuz is going to go ahead and start working his way up to that top scuttle. And potentially a gank top. Maybe a dive top. As our DZG is pathing maybe for this dive. Wave is not necessarily going to be favoring Cuz here. The recall will be stopped. Wave will be pulled, but not My Roderick. It might not be too worse for wear here, as he might be able to take this recall here. I don't think he can really dive without the Zac being able to push in the wave. And yes, both jungle and top are going to go ahead and take their reset.
Yeah, if Zach had his passive, I could definitely see a play there being made, but because he had died earlier, there is definitely nothing that, J4 could do unless not my Roderick was on his buy screen already.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Is with that recall though, it is going to be a quick start of these grubs, which I figured Cuz is going to get more of an advantage for. It is going to get spotted on the Scuttle Crab that DZG was able to take. Tanzo looking to make a quick rotation down. Scuba Larry is here. First, Void Grubby is going to be taken here. It is going to be dissuaded here, potentially maybe a collapse. Here comes Nunu rolling the snowball in. Is not going to be able to get into the pit though. Cuz is still hanging around here, trying to maybe take one of these Void Grubs for himself. Elastic Slingshot going to land here. Ultimate Mom is going to come out here. Cuz going to be able to pick up the kill here. Radioholic is literally left untouched, picking up another kill. Jarvan going 3-0. Smolder picking up his second kill of the game. Scuba Larry going to try to get away. Will not be able to. Scuba Larry going down. Raging Alcoholic will pick up the double kill. And DZG will take up this last Void Grubby and a 2-kill for their lead. Frankatank trying to get away here. Will get spotted. Gonna land the stun. Rapid Fire going to pick up that kill as well. Going from bad to worse here for NEU as DZG Styx has no chill. They're going to keep pushing forward. They're going to extend this lead now to a clean 4,000 as we get ready for the first dragon to spawn.
Yeah, it was an interesting play because not my Roderick, after getting resources from that mid early gank and then Evil Caplet. Oh,
Now Roger going to take it down. Ooh, Snowball going to land though onto the Pike. Bomb Gripper going to pick up the kill here. That's going to be a cross map double kill or kill for kill for the side of NEU. Going to be reducing that gold lead under 4K now, and potentially they can go for this dragon. I mean, Nunu Consume is pretty much. I mean, it's like a second smite at this point, so they could go for the dragon. Instead, Nunu opting to use the snowball to try to clear up the lane, and Sinzao instead going to go farm up his jungle. Maybe not the best choice of tempo here, or use of tempo here, but, it is what it is. NEU trying to make the best out of a bad early game.
yeah, and like I was talking about earlier about the Void Grub fights, not my Roderick opted not to join the rest of the team where they would have had a 4-3 numbers advantage. And honestly, I think that they lost some Void Grubs over it, but then Not My Roderick kind of returns it with a kill on Hanzo solo.
Yeah, the fighting going to continue up here, though. Tanzo going to be able to land Elastic Slingshot after the use of Counter-Strike by Not My Roderick. The Undertow not going to land here. Wood Becomes Lightning also going to go. Cataclysm going to land. That is going to be 2 stuck in there. Mom going to land onto 3 of them. Pick up here. Killing spree for Raging Alcoholic. Cuz also going on a rampage here. 2 for 0 here so far for DZG Styx. Hook going to land. Scuba Larry does not have ultimate available just yet. It is only level 4. The Flag and Drag not going to land. Fails kind of going into no man's land here. Forced to flash out of that turret range, but we'll be able to get out. DZG will pick up 2 kills for none and potentially set up for this dragon. Not my Roderick up in the top lane, though, trading quite aggressively. Passive not yet available for Zach. Is just going to be opting to take that Demolish proc. Fails is coming in, though. Is only level 5. Doesn't have access to that ultimate to be able to secure the execute. So not my Roderick. Going to be able to just kind of jump in, force a quick turret shot to come in, and likely take a reset. Interest on the top side of the map as well. Void Grub number 2 being pinged out here by DZG. Not up just yet. Not my Roderick going to overextend. Fails. Going to be able to just go over the wall with that Undertow and be able to pick up the kill. Scuba Larry trying to get some damage here. Is able to land the CC here onto Tanzo. Ignite going to be dropping here. Icarus is here, trying to maybe close the gap here. Gonna be able to create that challenge. Gonna be able to land. No, not enough damage. Tanzo gonna be able to pick up the kill here. CC chain is insane here as a double kill is donated over to Tanzo. DZG just winning across the map.
Yeah, and then Northeastern has opted to, move Nunu out of mid lane and has opted to try to give them a mid some reprieve, but it looks like Smolder's staying mid and is continuing his domination.
Yeah, I mean, Smolder's just already 4-1-3, has already picked up the Essence Reaver, hasn't even finished Cole. It's just going to pick up a solo kill here onto Frankatank, going on a rampage himself here. I mean, this Smolder's going to be insane, and even taking a look at some of the build paths we're seeing Opportunity Rush, not Opportunity, whatever that is. I forget really the name of it, but I mean, it's a really strong scaling, lethality item here for Cuz. The train gonna go in. Cuz not even worried. Ultimate gonna be used here by Sinzao, but I mean Sinzao's at a Tiamat, where Cuz is already having so much lethality under his pocket, or under his belt. It's just very one-sided here. DZG gonna be looking to disengage here. The snowball not fast enough. The ultimate coming through. Mom gonna be called as well. Smolder going dangerously low. It is gonna be a shutdown picked up here by Frankatank onto the Smolder. So definitely some signs of life here by NEU. Though it's going to take many more picks like this to really get NEU back into the game, because maybe threatening the needle here will get spotted on a ward. Scuba Larry not fast enough to land that Headbutt Pulverize combo, so they're not going to be able to pick up that shutdown as well. Cuz, though, being chased down here by Scuba Larry. Fails, though, is on the flank here. Rapid Fire also going to be able to collapse here. Scuba Larry might have bitten off a little bit more than he could chew. He is going to be taken down here. Dragon is surely going to go over to DZG, but I guess not. They're not. Oh, no, they're going to go for the Dragon. Nope, never mind. DZG just does not care. DZG does not care about the Dragon. They want to play aggressive. They want this invade. Icarus is going to be able to pick up the red buff, though. He walked back in, unknowingly so, that DZG was there. Cuz will be dominating as he goes 6-0 and 6. Hubris is the item that he picked up. That is a lot of damage, and a lot of fun statue benefits up in the fountain. Fighting is just going to continue here. Cuz going to be able to walk away here. EQ coming up soon, is able to buffer the head, but Pulverize is able to flag and drag away. Here comes the Snowball. Bonk Ripper gonna land into a world of hurt here. Flash is gonna be forced out. Smolder looking to land. Cataclysm gonna go through. Raging Alcoholic takes down Bonk Ripper, and that is a 7k, almost 8k gold lead. Is now 8k gold lead for the side of DZG.
Yeah, I mean, we knew Smolder would have a lead just because Nunu mid is meant to roam, but right now, Smolder had called the entire time, and he still has 10 stacks left, but he is 6-2 and 4. And I think the Zac was obviously a pick to balance out this intent for J4 to go with this Hubert lethality build, just because he cannot frontline against any of these. So if he gets caught out by, Alistar or Xin Zhao, he definitely has to fight there. So I definitely understand him not trying to do 50-50 Drakes, because he just does not have the build to kind of do damage to the Drakes and actually tank them for his team.
Yeah, I mean, very true. I mean, this does provide DZG with the front line that they need to be able to follow up on that dive, like you mentioned. Bonk Ripper may find himself caught out here, but it is not my Roderick, and it is who actually might be found out. Ultimate gonna be popped here by Smolder. Gonna sneeze on some fools as Icarus is just gonna get run down here. It does not matter. The snipe will not come through. The flash is pointless here, as he's able to just be taken down by this stray auto attack. Now by Roderick, looking to play on a Tanzo here. Tanzo should have his passive available. Is taking a lot of damage as this Jax is now on Blade of the Ruined King. Fight continuing. Frankentank is here, gonna be able to pop that ultimate. Knockup, two-man knockup gonna land. The flag and drag is there as well. Frankentank trying to position aggressively here. Fails, is taking pretty low here, or at least halfway low. Tanzo on the top side, picking up some blobs, trying to heal up. Scuba Larry in the mid lane, trying to run away. Hook is gonna land on Frankentank. Not enough follow-up. Roderick, though, is going to be able to take down the passive, and this is likely to pick up a kill here. What is DZG? Cataclysm going in. Ooh, good buffer on that Alistar headbutt. Going to be able to pick up the kill here for NEU. Shutdown, though, sadly going over to the Alistar, but that's a 2 for 0 across the map for the side of NEU. DZG maybe getting a little too cocky here, trying to really just, I guess, play aggressively, and it's not really paying off.
Yeah, I mean, with this build from...
Frankentank not trying to follow up. Scuba Larry not gonna be able to survive that pickup there.
Yeah, Zac looks like he's not understanding exactly, how much HP he's gaining back from this. I mean, I do respect him for trying to get these stacks on the turret for the plates, but at the same time, I mean, your W does not heal that much at this current moment. So
Rapid Fire can land the snowball. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Bonk Ripper gonna get the snowball into Rapid Fire. That's more than half his health on one snowball and consume. Okay. AP Nunu, kind of strong. Not even a full item yet.
I mean, it's always going to be strong, but it looks like both J4 and Nunu are going for these all-in builds. But it also means that once their trade's done, there's literally nothing that they're gonna contribute.
Yeah, no, that's so true. Scuba Larry gonna get knocked up here. Trying to live here. Does not have access to the ulti for a few more seconds. Does not matter. Raging Alcoholic gonna pick up a kill again, and that is gonna make him 8-2 and 5. 2 items in, making it pretty hard to deal with him. Icarus gonna get caught out in his own jungle. Gonna get CC chained. Is gonna issue the grand challenge. Trying to disengage here. Trying to eat some of this damage. When becomes lightning will land, but it will not matter. Cuz is gonna be taken down. Fail's gonna land a hook onto Frankentank. Here comes Kai'Sa with the killer instinct. Gonna be able to pick up the kill. Mom is gonna be called out for an assist. Bonk Ripper will also be taken down. That is a 4 for 0 for the side of DZG. Tanzo playing on top of here is going to be able to kill essentially an ace. The Scuba Larry did come back up after the initial death. DZG extending that lead to 10,000 at 15 minutes.
And interestingly enough, DZG Styx is ignoring the dragon completely.
Yeah, DZG's like, whatever, we don't need it. It is what it is. And I mean, they're not wrong. I mean, it is a very one-sided match again. Scuba Larry gonna spot out Cuz with that sweeper. Cuz gonna be able to come in, is gonna miss the EQ flag and drag, is gonna be taken down by Frank-a-Tank. Rage Alcoholic though says, let me at him, 1v3, gonna sneeze over them. Scuba Larry gonna try to run away. Here comes Icarus trying to get the knockup. Wind becomes lightning gonna land as well. One more auto might be enough here. Rage Alcoholic trying to get away. He is gonna be able to go away because we tunnel onto the fails, onto the pike. Is going to be able to sneeze again, but it won't matter. Nunu perma slowing him down with those snowballs is going to pick up a shutdown. DZG going to give up a sizable shutdown from the Smolder onto the AP Nunu, but it may not matter. Tanzo going to be able to land the stretching strikes, not both casts though, and it is going to be a initial ace for DZG and then a 2-kill pickup for NEU.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure if Tanzo just did not believe that his mid lane would survive and did not rotate.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's just the case. Cuz gonna be taken down as well here by not my Roderick. Gonna be able to dive the mid lane. I mean, any of you saying, there's still a chance, never say it's over. There's a whole song about it. They're saying we can take this at game 3. They believe. They are starting to believe. But Tanzo might get taken down here. Elastic Slingshot is gonna land. Frank-a-Tank taking a lot of damage here. Tanzo does a lot more damage than you think he does. Here comes Nunu though. World's biggest snowball gonna land. Tanzo getting taken pretty low here. Ultimate gonna be used as well. Blade of the Ruin King will be enough to grant a little bit of speed, and that is gonna be the kill picked up by Frank-a-Tank. Herald will be started as well. Fails trying to provide some vision for his team as well as clear up some of the enemy vision, but it won't matter. It is still going to be a free Herald for the side of NEU unless we have Cuz come in here. Fails is going to be found out by Roderick. Stuns for both are going to land. Hook not available anymore to be pulled back. Cuz on the wings trying to see if we can find anything here, but it looks like both teams will just disengage here, and NEU will be content picking up their objective bounty and the Rift Herald.
I'm not quite sure if this is because they were so confident in that first game, but this team looks very solo key from DZG Styx the way their builds are.
Oh, I mean, yeah, absolutely. They are definitely playing pretty cocky here. Cataclysm going to land here. Mom is going to come out here. Granted, challenge has been issued, but it does not matter. The ultimate's going to come through by the Pike. Going to be able to pick up that execute kill. DZG 1 for 0 so far. Dragon was taken. Baron not available just yet. DZG's just looking to maybe siege here. Looking to just kind of do what they can. Guys, it did go the AP build. So, I mean, it is really just a homing missile target, really, what they're going to do. As DZG crashes the wave here, using those Void Grubs to be able to do a little bit of extra damage to the turrets, trying to get close to closing out this game. Scuba Larry going to land on Fails. Doesn't matter, though. Fails is going to be able to walk away as DZG continues this siege.
Yeah, I mean, Jax is definitely a significant threat. Nunu is one, but I don't think that they're strong enough to compete against DZG Styx as a team in a 5v5 fight.
No, I don't think so either. Scuba Larry going to get caught out here. A very quick pickup by DZG. Continued fight could go through. Roderick going to not have the Counter-Strike available. Pike going to be coming in here. Flag and Drag not going to land. Onto my Roderick. Snowball being charged up here. Trying to maybe do something. Won't be enough. Tanzo just standing in front of him. Sneezing happening all over the place by Smolder as he's going to be able to pick up the kill onto Icarus. Not my Roderick. Counter-Strike will expire before he's able to jump into a target. The ultimate by Pike will miss. One more auto will be enough as Rapid Fire goes unstoppable. 5-0 and 4. DZG continues this siege here. Tanzo inside the base, waiting, taunting, hoping that the enemy team engages onto him. Snowball will be rolled through, will not land. DZG maybe continuing the siege. Tanzo at least wanting to. Fails, trying to get away. Cuz around the corner. That is going to be the Elastic Slingshot to get out as DZG looks to disengage here and just go back to spend the gold they've gotten.
Yeah, this is the second Nunu ult that we've seen that has done absolutely nothing for his team because he's trying to do these I hope they walk into my ult.
Tanzo will flash Elastic Slingshot away. No way, any of you not able to clear up. That is going to be the flash. Wind becomes lightning. That is going to be the Zac passive coming through. Will not matter, though, as the kill will likely come through. TP actually being used on the ward, not onto Zac there. There's going to be Bonk Ripper coming in, trying to get out of that Cataclysm. Scuba Larry will take down Tanzo. Smolder and Kaisa coming in to clean up. Jaxo picking up a kill. The Mom being called out here. Scuba Larry will be taken out. That's the execute. That means that Raging Alcoholic has hit that threshold to start executing opponents under the anywhere from 7 to 10%. And that is going to be a 4 for 2 for the side of DZG, extending their gold lead to 13,000, clearly within range to end the game. Who knows what the who knows what their game plan is here to kind of wrap up this game.
I honestly think that DZG Styx aren't rapping. I think they're just having fun. It looks like they're playing with their food, because every time it looks like Northeastern has an opportunity, all of a sudden you see the entire team of DZG Styx group up. Every other time they're just playing on different pages. It looks like whenever they get this lead back again.
Yeah, yeah, you're not wrong. I mean, it's very much a kind of have fun kind of game where DZG just kind of knows that they have this game in the bag. Kind of just trying to taking their leisurely time, enjoying what they can and can't do, try to maximize some of this damage. J4 now at 3 items with opportunity, and the Hubris and the Ghost Blade clearly looking to take out some of these squishies. Ooh, Kaisa. Prey Seeker gonna land here. Not my Roderick is gonna be forced to flash here. Is gonna get hit by another Prey Seeker. Ultimate is available for Kaisa should she want to use it though. Scuba Larry could get caught out of here. Raging Alcoholic gonna be used to fly away. He's gonna be forcing the flash here. TP coming through as well. Inner is gonna be able to go in. Rapid fire. He's gonna go godlike as he just takes down the Jax. Pike gonna pick up a double kill here. Frankatank also gonna be taken down. That is gonna be a clean ace for the side of DZG, and this is likely gonna be the game if DZG kind of pushes through. Kill or death timers actually significantly low, so it may not be necessarily game. It is going to be a Dragon Call for the side of DZG. Jarvan trying to push in the wave, likely trying to go for this inhibitor. But yeah, DZG pretty handedly taking this 5v5 fight and securing the clean ace.
Yeah, this is ideally what I would have wanted to see from Smolder from DZG last night, but today our Smolder has shown up.
Yeah, our Smolder definitely looking quite strong here. Almost done with that 4th item, which I can only assume is the Navori, I would think. Who knows? But I mean, yeah. I mean, at this point, any caster right now would try to figure out a way for any you to get in here. They might tell you, you know, maybe it's some teleports, maybe some cheeky wards to be able to find a flank. But this is looking very grim for the side of NEU. Really, a flank likely isn't going to really do much. A 5v5 straightforward isn't going to do a lot. Xin Zhao saying, I want at least one turret. Let me crash. I'm right there. I can get it. Mom going to be called out. A few more autos may be enough. Iter is going to be taken down quickly, but they will pick up their turret. They said, not today. We are having at least one objective today, and that is your mid lane tier 1. Scuba Larry going to flash sideways, going to throw the J4 at his team. Not my Roderick, though, doing in the work, getting that counter-strike off. Going to be using that Grandmaster Arms, trying to be able to survive long enough here. Counter-strike back up. Tanzo going to get CC'd here. It doesn't matter. Raging Alcoholic is too strong. Going to start picking up those executes. Frankatank trying to play it as best he can. Tanzo will be taken down, though. Bonk Ripper is still pretty healthy. Rapid Fire pretty low. So it is a 2 for 2. Still for the side of... still even on both sides. Frankatank playing on the sly here. Gonna let Smolder recall. And yeah, I mean, the game continues.
I mean, I'm not really sure why Raging Alcoholic pulled back. Maybe he thought that Nunu snowball was coming, but I felt like they could have just closed it out by killing the remainder of the team. Nunu honestly wouldn't have been a factor. Even if he lands a really good snowball, the rest of the team would have been capitalized. So I'm not sure if this is a KDA play or just they thought that the Nunu snowball was incoming.
Yeah. I'm glad that they're not forfeiting in 15 minutes. It is I'm very glad they're giving it a shot. It's definitely a difficult matchup here as we see Iter is going down to the execute again from Smolder, who is likely well over that 10% mark now with how well he's farming, how well he's landing those Qs. Baron will be taken down here by DZG. It's only a matter of time now before DZG is able to pick up one more clean fight, especially with this Baron. Death timer is at 25 minutes. Definitely going to be a little over 30 seconds. Plenty of time for DZG to be able to wrap up this game. Frankatank going to go invisible, trying to see what he can find. Bonk Ripper will get locked down here. That's literally an ult and 2 autos, and that's all she wrote. However, Twitch is able to pick up a kill. Smolder coming in with Mom. Let's double execute, or at least one execute for Smolder. And that is a 3-for-1 for the side of DZG. Gonna be able to easily take this inhibitor. Siege will likely continue here. Icarus is back up though. That's a flash dodge grand challenge. Not enough though. Rage Alcoholic gonna be able to sneeze at him and just wipe him from existence. And this is likely gonna be GG for the side of DZG unless they want to extend this game longer. But that is, the hook almost did land under Roderick. This is Roderick's moment to shine, though. I believe in him. He's going to be able to jump in, counter-strike, and take them all down. There it is. Here we go. Roderick going to get onto Smolder. Raging Alcoholic going to get peeled here by the Zac, though, and it won't matter. Raging Alcoholic will get taken down by Bonk Ripper. Ultimate coming through. Absolute Zero may land. He is picking up the kill on the Kaisa, though. Fail's going to be able to pick up the kill onto the new Scubalary is there, though. That's a shutdown. Twitch coming through strong here. Tanzo, not long for this world, is actually going to get pulled out of his Elastic Slingshot. Few more autos. The pull is going to be enough. Bloblets coming through. NEU, how are you doing this? How are you just so cracked? Never mind. Tanzo is just going insane? I don't know, but NEU actually able to hold off. Is able to pick up a 4 for probably 4 after all the respawns, and is still in this game.
And I'm watching Cuz, and it's funny because I'm literally watching him not use any Hextech gates. He's been walking around the entire time, and so he honestly probably could have been there in time to help, but right now he's just looking for a pick.
1v1, Cuz will pick up Icarus here with the use of the Cataclysm again. Full lethality J4. I mean, he definitely hurts. Essentially almost 2 items off on the onto Icarus. TP coming through by Smolder, not my Roderick. Looking to get away. Is going to be able to counter-strike that Smolder Q. Ooh, Hex Flash. Gonna land EQ. Rage Alcoholic will be taken down by the Twitch. NEU looking to pick up more kills here. Fail's gonna be able to get away here. That's gonna be a 1-for-0 for the, or 1-for-1 for the side of DZG. Not my Roderick eating a bit of damage here. Tanzo, though, in the meanwhile, is sieging that top lane. Has used the Demolish proc already onto the turret. Is gonna be forced to back away as the entirety of NEU is coming. He does not have passive. He might get stopped here. Elastic Slingshot is going to go right into the new Snowball. And that's likely going to be a death here for Tanzo, as Absolutes are going to be used. Knocked back onto the Elastic Slingshot. Frankentank picking up another kill. Going on a rampage is now 11-8-2. Don't count NEU out yet. They still have a chance, is what I should have known all along.
Well, I mean, this honestly could have been the shortest game, but it looks like DZG Styx just wants to see how long they can carry this game, because right now it looks like a lot of padding stats. I'm not sure what the intention or what the plan is, but it looks like they're having fun.
Yeah, you know, League of Legends is all about having fun. It is a game after all. None of us are pros. None of us are getting paid to play this game, not even at this level. But not my Roderick. Wait, that's a lot of damage. Not my Roderick just scoffed at anything that Smolder could do there. That's like 3 items ahead. Smolder, who's just being taken down here. Cataclysm will lock down 2. Rapid Fire trying to make up for what Smolder can't do by not being there. Flash gonna come through. Fails trying to finish the game here. Jack's trying to get the recall going. Scuba Larry doing what he can. Bonk Ripper Hex Tech Proto Belt going. That is going to be a kill here. Snowball should be off a cooldown soon. Prey Seeker going to land here. Rapid Fire trying to get away. Another Prey Seeker going to land. A lot of damage actually from those Prey Seekers though at 3 items. Icarus trying to get through. Tanzo sneaking through. Maybe looking for an engage. Maybe looking to finish the game here. He is going to look towards finishing this game, and NEU might not... What is that snowball range around the corner saying, joke's on you, I know my champion, and that snowball hits. But DZG looking to try to end this game. It's Jarvan and Zac versus Scuba Larry. Scuba Larry going through, 2-man knockup. Here comes Nunu. Absolute Zero is available. Cuz, one more auto, it will be enough. DZG takes the scuffed win versus NEU for a 2-0. In week 5 of the AML.
Well, congratulations to DG Styx. Northeastern still has an opportunity as long as they win out the remaining games, as Rifters has dropped from their league. So, I mean, they still have a chance despite, I mean, DG Styx was a top 2 team. So, I mean, it's not a terrible result that you went 0-2 in this series. I think they still have a chance, and hopefully they have the mental to make it through the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mean, it's still, great attempt here by NEU. I mean, they definitely, sometimes you just have to make it close, and I mean, the one way of making it close when there may be some sort of difference in capabilities is to kind of think out of the box. And out of the box, they did think, and we did see some great things. I'm excited to see what NEU does. I mean, they are a club team. I'm assuming this is going to be one of their first seasons. And I mean, yeah, I mean, it's definitely cool. DZG, I mean, hats off to them. They're still, they're picking up their fourth win, going 4-1. And we're looking forward to seeing what they can do as we only have a few more weeks more until play-ins and playoffs. So yeah, with that said, we're going to close out the stream tonight. Thank you so much for joining us, everybody. Tune in next week for another match, and we'll see you then.